Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon or Ascendant and Descendant for the month of September. Can't believe it. I hope you're well. I'm using the Wild Unknown for you today. I'll just give these a smudge. Do I have anything to tell you beforehand? No, I don't think I do. Alright, let's get straight on with this. Can I have 3 cards for Pisces, please? There's the first one. Oh, first and second. Goodness. We have the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups in a standard deck, and the High Priestess. Both cards of Pisces appearing straight out here in your recent past. Incredible. Can I have a card for Pisces current energy? Oh, we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. And what's coming towards Pisces in September, please? Oh, multiple cards again. We have the 7 of Wands and we have the Ace of Swords. Ooh, this feels quite big to me, Pisces. We have the 6 of Wands underneath, followed by the Strength card. Double Leo. Where would we be in a Pisces reading without the Leo energy underpinning it all? The 6 of Wands talks about success. It speaks of victory in something, and the Strength card speaks about empowerment and growth, you know, sometimes even, again, victory, you know, achieving something, being resilient and surviving something. Let's get you... I'm going to go with the Tarot of the Abyss to clarify. Alrighty then. I hope the weather is better for you where you are. It's drizzled non-stop since I got up this morning. Absolutely abysmal. Right. Tell me about the Son of Cups and the High Priestess, please. Thank you. We have the King of Wands. Leo. And we have the Knight of Swords. Let's get one more because we did get 2 come out there. One more, please. We have the 9 of Swords, right. We have the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and I feel like this is important when we're looking at this, particularly with regard to this 9 of Swords. The fact that you showed up in such an authentic presentation of your energy straight off the bat fills me with great warm fuzzy feelings, because it feels to me like, at the risk of sounding rather cliched, you are finding yourself, Pisces. Now, finding yourself to a Pisces is a very different consideration to, say, you know, an Aries or something like that. That is not about ego for you. It is not about even really much of a consideration about how others perceive you. It is more about a state of comfort with yourself. And I feel, although we don't have the Hermit here, I do feel like there's this necessarily includes a withdrawal away from people. Now, it could be for some of you, I'm going to say this, Leo, every single time. It could be that you have an important Leo who is around you, who is a source of comfort for you, a rock, if you will, and they don't even need to necessarily be physically present, although for some of you they are. There's a great sense that some of you have Leos who have passed over, who keep an eye on you. But if you don't have a Leo around you that you can immediately pin as being that energy, then what it is an energy of action, and it is the actions that you choose to take, Pisces. This has been so very important for you this year, getting to a place where you are able to do what you want to do, what you feel drawn to do, what your intuition is telling you to do. You know, it's got you this far to this point, and it seems now like there's this huge opening up for you that's going on at this moment in time. You know, the High Priestess is a true channel of feminine energy, and I do think that you are probably getting, as actually a lot of the signs that I've read for so far this month, a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of intuitive, bumps, downloads, however you experience them. They do seem to have ramped up a lot, and I do feel that it's almost like you're in a bit of a dream space at the moment, but it's of perfect comfort to you. And what I don't see is any communication happening with those who you have found have put you in a Nine of Swords state. It's interesting, I said dream space, and I hadn't even really looked at this card, but she's asleep and there are hands reaching for her here. I think part of the Pisces experience, full stop. I'm so sorry about the fucking cars, like, honestly. I'll shut the window in a second. Part of the Pisces experience is almost something quite dreamlike anyway. The reality is quite a different thing to a Pisces compared to, say, an earth sign or an air sign, something like that, right? But it's funny, I've just got this weirdest fucking vision of, was it unnecessarily complicated? Of a little patch of mist or a patch of cloud sort of drifting down to about 6 feet level and kind of drifting through a city and feeling innately threatened by the corporeality of everything around it. This is so bizarre, thank you. Feeling threatened by it because everything is so solid. It's so dense and it's so unpleasantly so. And always with the hands reaching to try and grab this little cloud, this little patch of mist. I shut this fucking window, I swear to God. And where you are now is almost that to the nth degree now, that kind of dream space. But what it is missing is the dense, the heavy, the corporeal stuff around you. I'm not saying that you're all just like levitating about and stuff like that, but the things that represent the Nine of Swords to you are removed from you now. They're moved apart from you now. And so now there is this gentle space that you can sit in, and it's suiting you very well. It's suiting you very well at the moment, Pisces. There's a lot that's been left behind by you, but I don't see you looking back at all. No, I love this woman. She looks so proud and fierce. She's like, fuck this, I'm off. Which I feel like Pisces has been very much doing that, rocking that energy for a little while now. Fuck this, I'm off. Bye. See you later. And it brings us, interestingly, to your present energy, which is the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, the Six of Cups in the upright can talk of a lot of things. It can speak of children, it can speak of soulmates and things like that. But at the root of it, it talks about the past. Right? And sometimes when the Six of Cups appears, it is a contemplation of the past, or even a kind of nostalgia for the past. And that is entirely absent from your energy at the moment, because we see the Six of Cups in the reverse. There is an absolute assertion here, actually, that you will not return to the past. And it's interesting, as I'm staring at this Six of Cups here, let me show you what it looks like. You see that? Now, as it appears on my table, it looks like this. And it looks like what you have done is you have flipped around your existence. In so much as this was Pisces trying to exist, right? And there's this little tree. Hello, I'm a little tree. I'm Pisces. But there was so much going on underneath, right? The roots really branching out and covering a tremendous distance, right? Really connected. If you've ever looked into how trees communicate through their root systems, absolutely extraordinary. Like trees on the other side of fields, they have conversations, they talk to each other, they warn each other. You know, to be a Pisces is to necessarily be absolutely within the collective unconscious all the time, really thoroughly tapped into it. What you've managed to do is flip it around so that the bit that was less important to you, which is the 3D and the stuff that is out here, is no longer formulating the majority of your experience. Instead, this is given an opportunity to really spread out and relax into being what it is. Like I said, this really feels like it's suiting you very well at the moment, Pisces. Tell me about the Six of Cups, please. We have the Three of Wands and we have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Ace of Wands. Look at that extraordinary picture there at the bottom of the deck. It feels like you have been reborn, Pisces. You've taken yourself, in fact, out of an environment where what it was to be you was necessarily stifled. What it was to be you was actually plagued with a great deal of suffering that was never really observed by other people, you know, even in so much as the way that you took on other people's suffering or the suffering of the planet as a whole. Like, I've never seen a sign that really feels that to their core the way that you do, and it is a blessing. It's an incredible connection that you have, but it is also a curse when it is not in the right environment, and you were not in the right environment. I laughed because the Ace of Pentacles is underneath there too. It's a thorough transplanting, right? You've taken your whole fucking tree and you've gone, fuck this, I'm off, right? And then you've gone, right, we flip this around, and now it's full of beautiful colours, spread out and not restrained by anything. We have this Three of Wands and this Eight of Wands here. Both of them deal with movement of one form or another. We've got, obviously it's fire element energy, but we've got Aries on one side and Sagittarius on the other. Both of them very active signs. And it feels like you are free now to sail on this ship wherever your emotions want to take you. You know, I'm looking at the ship and it's beautiful. It's absolutely extraordinary. But the real Piscean energy is that which the ship is atop, and that is the ocean. It's like, where do you want to go? Go anywhere you like and do whatever you like. You don't need to worry about how other people will perceive this. Now, this Eight of Wands is really interesting because it can talk about communication, but actually it often means a shift in momentum, like a momentum increasing. And actually the way that these wands are positioned, they're going up in height, and it looks to me like an increase in momentum. You know, really sinking into this experience that you're having. What about this Eight of Wands, please? Yeah, we've got the Queen of Swords, and now with the Ace of Cups. And the funny thing is, this is Libran energy. Okay, and it's swords, so it could be a little bit harsh, but actually I love this Queen of Swords because right behind her there's a maze, and it's like there's an exploration of self. Like Pisces, it feels like you're bursting out of your own chest at the moment. And the interesting thing is that it's not totally carefree. it's not got this wandering for wandering's sake kind of feel to it. It's not even necessarily exploratory, like I'll have a look in here and see what this is. It feels to me like you're almost in the act right now of preparing to take a journey, perhaps inwards, perhaps into an internal maze, and understand much more about yourself than you did before, because you have the space to do that now. You know, in the first instance, you had to create this sense of self that was in some ways lacking before. And now that you have that, now that you know where your edges are and where other people begin, and now you have completely taken yourself out of a situation where you were necessarily absorbing everybody else's stuff, now you can be like, okay, who am I? What am I about? What is my purpose here? You know, the Queen of Swords looks like she's readying herself for a journey. She looks like she's about to head off into this maze. But she's blessed with this Ace of Swords in her hands that has a light atop it, right? So she's well prepared for the journey that she's going on here. And she knows it can be conducted without distraction. When she stops moving, there is no sound save for that which she is listening for, you know? And she can see her way. It looks like you're searching for a truth, perhaps about yourself, perhaps about your connection to the collective, but perhaps just a truth, an undefined truth at this point. What we have coming towards you in September is almost like a replication of the same message here. Notice that we have this same theme of illumination in the dark going on as we do here. There's a candle lighting your way. Now, this is often about, the Seven of Wands is often about this defensive and guarded energy, but I get absolutely none of that from you at this point at all. In fact, what I'm looking at is more the combination of 6 wands and 1. Just as you had 6 wands at the bottom of the deck here and the Ace of Wands appearing at the bottom of the deck there. It's like you're being called to a path, Pisces, and in September, this is where the journey begins. In search of this truth, whatever this truth may be, whatever the Queen of Swords is preparing for here. And it required the silence, it requires the lack of input from anybody else. You know, drawing on that really deep solid presentation of who you are as the High Priestess, of being all like, right, I'm going on a fucking journey now, and you're sort of, oh, actually I'm going to take myself somewhere else, I'm going to go and do this because this is important, right? The intuitive push that is going on here is so important to you. You know, aces abound. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. You've had all 4 aces, Pisces. Because this leg of the journey is one that you have to do by yourself, and you would not have it any other way. It has taken you so long to get here, where you are. And it doesn't feel like you would share this moment with anyone. You don't want to, and neither should you. I have the Lover's card. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. And we have the Queen of Wands. We have the World at the bottom of the deck here. Now, the world is an end of a cycle, but as we know, there are no real true endings. There are endings and beginnings, and they're all kind of one and the same, depending on which angle you happen to be looking at it. The Lovers is a card of a choice, a conscious choice, because it is conscious co-creation. And part of this truth that you seem to be going to looking for, is the nature of the grief that you are aware exists within you. Well, we've got this Five of Cups here, and it is loss, and it is grief, and it is all of those really difficult emotions that are associated with that, but it is in the reverse for you. It is not the all-consuming energy of looking at a scene and seeing that 3 of the cups that were really, really important to you are now spilling their contents on the ground and being absolutely grief-stricken by it. It is the act of stepping back and seeing that 2 cups remain. And whether this is the source of your grief or the source of the grief that you perceive elsewhere, I'm not sure. But you have another Queen here, this Queen of Wands. And it seems to me like that not only are you going and looking at this, but you intend to do something about it. The Queen of Wands here is sat cross-legged in front of a campfire, and she appears to be meditating with this. I love how all of the queens are so solitary, interestingly, is the word that I want to use. They don't look like they're sitting around for the kings to come back. They're very much doing their own thing. And all of the images that contain people here are deeply feminine. Apart from this King of Wands here at the beginning. So whether you're going back into your past to examine what it was that made, what were the experiences that came together to make you who you are? Or whether there's something more of a spiritual mission that you seem to be engaged with at the moment, where you get to go and peek in to that which you seem to have some extraordinary link to. I'm not sure. But as I've been talking for the last 10 minutes, I have to tell you that my third eye feels like somebody's got their heel in it right now. It's really strong. Spiritual mission is kind of the best I can come up with for what you're undertaking here. I'm starting to feel quite spaced out. I said your energy is the one that really kicks the shit out of me every single time. Because I have to reach for things. I have to reach for the emotional vocabulary that almost by definition defies the use of language. Right, I'm gonna go Pisces because you're starting to make my fucking face hurt. But this feels like a really quite extraordinary month for you. I'm gonna go over to Vimeo now, and we'll delve into September a little bit more and see what's going on there. So if you would like to join me, that's the first link in the description box. The second one is the 6-month overview for each of the signs. If not a problem at all. Best of luck with your mission. God, the head pressure is getting stronger. Yes, know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.